There are some rules to follow when you're trick-or-treating through the neighborhood, and Diane Gottsman is here. She is our etiquette expert. It's good to see you.
Nice to see you. Don't you know there's always rules for everything?
You know what? Or we wouldn't have etiquette experts,
That's
right?
That's right. Thank goodness for that.
So let's talk a little bit about the do's and don'ts for trick-or-treating. These are tips for the grown-ups. And the first trick-or-treat tip, I was like, no, say it isn't so, Diane. Here it is. Skip the drink when walking with the kids.
I know. She said, wah, wah.
Wah, wah.
I am saying that if you're carrying around that to-go cup and you're more interested in refilling that cup from house to house, you're not
going to get a real big cup, and then you don't have to worry.
You're not going to be able to walk straight by the end of trick-or-treating.
True,
So just stay focused on the children. If
Okay.
someone asks you, would you like to come in to have a ghoulish drink, you might say yes, but then stay there and have it.
Okay.
And don't carry it around and slosh it around and, you know.
It is a little hard to
It
carry
is.
the drink while trick-or-treating through the neighborhood.
Yes.
Yes.
Without spilling, tripping.
All right, so there's that. Number two, make sure you're modeling good behaviors.
So you expect your children to say thank you.
Right.
But you know, we stand at the curb and we talk while we're holding our drinks. You know, we stand at the curb and we're talking, but wouldn't it be great to say thank you? You know, just let your neighbors know you appreciate it as well.
Okay.
Just shout out a little thank you. That goes a long way.
You know, I noticed last year when we were trick-or-treating that a lot more of my neighbors were outside of the house, hanging out, handing out candy outside, and it became really sociable, and I kind of enjoyed it because it's a nice night to get out and see your neighbors.
It's building goodwill.
Yeah, absolutely.
A good opportunity.
I like that. Okay, here's another interesting one. Your 2-month-old baby doesn't count as a trick-or-treater?
If she doesn't have teeth, she should not have a trick-or-treat.
Wait a minute. If I push her up to the door in the stroller
with a
and I duck down like
jack-o'-lantern full of candy, no.
No?
So
Okay.
only bring enough buckets for the children that can chew.
Okay, makes sense. Okay, skip wearing the mask. As a grown-up, I don't need to wear a mask.
It's scary. You know, it's scary, and then you jump out from the trees and you jump off of the ledges, and you know, we can't see who you are. And if you don't know your neighbors and you're wearing a mask, it's a little bit intimidating.
Okay.
So it's really not fun or funny.
All right, fine. Take the kids home at an appropriate time.
Yes. Just,
you know, I'm the first grown-up at home. I'm like, come on, kids. Mommy has to get up.
Lights out means lights out. That
Okay.
means that we just have to be cognizant. If somebody has their lights out, don't go ring the doorbell.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. Check the candy bag. I always make the kids dump everything out when we get home, and then I go through it looking for all the Reese's peanut butter cups.
Yes.
And of
I
course
get the
I check
Snickers.
everything.
That's right. And then everybody gets everything else. Well, that just means make sure that there is no wrappers that have been undone, or, you know, it's just about being safe and secure.
Okay. You brought a beautiful setup this morning. There's a reason that we have a teal pumpkin because you may see this on a doorstep this year.
Food Allergy and Research Association started this initiative, and it's about children with allergies and keeping them safe. 1 out of 13 children has an allergy, my daughter included. So I really was connected to this project. And they say if you put a teal pumpkin out at your front door, that signifies that you are a food allergy safe house.
So
in other words, you know, give out little toys, little pencils,
trick
you know,
or treat
trick or treat. You've got hand sanitizers. Spread the word around your community and your office by downloading this in the frame. That's scary. So, you know, spread the word. Teal pumpkins. And plus, I love the teal pumpkins. I did this myself. And here's something interesting. This is a real pumpkin. But if your child is allergic, which mine is not allergic to pumpkins, but if they're food allergic, you would paint a plastic pumpkin. Because we don't realize all of the allergies out there. Lactose intolerance, gluten-free, all of these things. So, you know, if you know you have kids in the neighborhood that have these allergies, wouldn't that be a nice thing to do for your kids?
Yes, I think it's a great idea, and you can find out more about the teal pumpkins at foodallergy.com.
Yeah, I think it's .org.
.org.
But go to my blog. I'm going to put it up later today. And I just think it's a great initiative to keep our children safe this Halloween.
Okay, I can't let you go just yet. I've got a few more questions for you regarding Halloween. I've got a teenager.
Okay.
So we're not sure if there's a proper age to quit trick-or-treating or if they can still trick-or-treat. What's the rule of thumb on that?
Well, you know, if they're old enough to drive, they probably should be driving around their sisters and brothers and not trick-or-treating themselves.
Okay.
And you know, I'm with you. I've got them too. And there just comes a time where we are less prone to want to give out those treats to the older kids that come with pillows, you know, pillow casings, and just leave it for the children.
What if you're nice and you're wearing a costume and you don't hug the candy? Then might it be okay if you're like 14 or 15 still?
If you're 14 or 15 is pushing it, but if you're nice and you're taking your sisters or brothers around and you know the neighbors, yes.
Okay.
You know, if you're nice,
if you're nice,
polite.
If you're nice and you're wearing a costume. All right, Diane, thank you so much. Great information about the teal pumpkins. And of course, Diane's got all sorts of information on her website. You can follow her at dianegottsman.com or give her a call if you've got questions. It's 826-7400. Protocol School of Texas is where you can find Diane. All right, coming up next, we're headed into the kitchen.